Do you have some eggs in your house?
Yes, I have eggs.
Okay. Do you know what I'm going to say next?
Yeah, I think I do. I think you're gonna say you want to have some raw eggs.
Before we start, have you seen my interview?
Yeah, I've seen your interviews.
Oh, really? Which one have you seen? Little
I saw
test.
the one with the Sing Bin.
Oh, really? Is that the
Yeah,
first one you saw?
yeah, that was the first one because I really like his channel.
Ooh. You found out about my interview because of him?
Yeah, I'm into like the same things as him. So like, like watched some of his videos, and then I saw he was when he posted about being on your interview. I saw.
Oh, really? So, Ben, can I ask you how old you are?
I'm 18.
Hmm. Where are you located?
Canada.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Do you live alone?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay. Can you elaborate? Why do you think that's unfortunate?
Well, obviously, I like to live alone. I like to like have full control over my life. I'm somebody who's like wants to be able to live alone. I'm somebody who wants to like live where I want, and I don't really like living in Canada. I would rather like want to move to another country. I don't like the weather, so I like the summer a lot. So in Canada, summer's fine, but during the winter, I don't really like how cold it is in the snow.
But that doesn't sound like that's a problem of living alone. That sounds more like the problem with your
I know, but
location,
also
right?
I know, but also I like living alone because I would like have like independence and like be able to do things for myself. Like I don't want to always have people having to like take care of me. I want to be able to like pay like for my own things. I don't want people to have to like use money on me. Like obviously, because like some people like they don't have a lot of money and them having to use money on me, it's kind of like it can be hard because things can be hard to afford. You know what I mean?
Mm, I'm
Obviously,
not
I don't
sure.
have a live alone to do that, but I just prefer like being able to take full care of myself and be able to provide for myself, all of that. And
I
that
guess
would
I know.
also, and also because I want to go to a different country, I don't think anybody else would really want to go do that. Most people don't want to move to another country. Most people would want to stay where they are.
Mm, okay. So let me ask you this: how much do you
Mhm.
think looks matter?
I think looks matter. They definitely matter a lot. When you first meet somebody, I think they're like the most determining factor. I think it's like one of the most important things. Some people try to like brush it off and act as if it doesn't matter. It does. It's obviously not like you can't just obsess over it and you can't like make it your whole life. But you definitely have to like try to look pretty good. You have to make sure you're trying to like implement things that's gonna change your life for the better, make you look better. And if you're like obese, you try to lose weight. If you have acne like me, I've been trying to lose my acne, like get rid of acne. And just because acne, it's like a bad health indicator. So I want to look better. I want to look like I'm healthy. And I used to be like chubbier like 2 years ago, and then I lost weight. I lost like a lot of fat.
Can I ask you how tall are you and how much do you weigh?
Yeah. So I'm just about like 171 centimeters or like 5'7.5", like something about that. And then my weight's a little bit confusing because before I started this diet, I lost a bunch of weight like the year prior. So I was like 120 pounds or 125 pounds. But ever since I started this diet, like the diet I'm on now, my weight's like 135. So just about 135 right now.
Okay. Can I ask you who do you live with now?
I live with my mom and my sisters. That's who I
Mm,
live with. I don't live with my dad.
okay, cool. What are your thoughts on your family's diet?
I don't like my family's diet. I think that their diet is unhealthy. I think that like most of my family, they're not really focused on their diet. They think it doesn't matter that much. Like they're like the average person, not thinking too much about it. My mom, however, like I kind of like told her about some stuff and she was a little open minded. And then she started the cooked carnivore diet. She's like kind of into the cooked carnivore diet. But then the rest of my family and so on, like nobody else is really doing anything about their diet. They eat junk food. They eat like vegetables. They'll eat like pretty much anything.
So I want to ask you this: do
Mm.
you think your family, like let's say your sisters, Do they also have some problems with their skin?
Well, not really nearly as much as me. Like sometimes they'll have one pimple here and there, but not nearly as much as me. No.
Mm, okay. Would you say you are like the one of the very few people in your family that has more skin problems?
Yeah.
Oh.
Only my mom had some skin issues when she was younger. It was probably the second worst after me, but mine was still is still worse than hers was.
I see. Okay. What part of Canada do you live in?
I live in Ontario, Toronto.
Okay. How many languages can you speak?
I can only speak one,
Oh,
English.
okay. Is that normal for people who live in that area? Because I know in some areas of Canada,
Um,
maybe people can
yeah.
speak many languages.
Or it depends if like they migrated because there's a lot of people that came from other countries. So a lot of people do know how to speak multiple languages, but most people who are just born here only know how to speak English.
Sounds good. Do you want to learn other languages?
I'm fully open to it. Like if I go to another country, I'd probably want to learn the language if they speak a
Oh,
different language, which they're probably going to speak a different language. So I'd definitely be opening to learn it, and I would probably want to.
makes sense. So you mentioned, I guess you are not a big fan of living in Canada. Is that correct?
Yeah. Mhm. So the reason why I'm not really a big fan of living in
Let me
Canada.
ask my question real quick. Sorry, sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. If you could choose, where would you prefer to live in?
Um, so some of the countries I've thought about were like Brazil and Italy. Those are two countries I would really want to move to. I like the countries because of the weather. I feel like some of the costs of living are much better, and I feel like I would be so much happier because it would be like much more sunny year round. I hate the cold during the winter. Like last winter, I was like really cold, and since I was even skinnier before, I noticed like ever since I lost a lot of weight, I get like really cold during the winter since I don't have so much body fat. And like I was literally walking outside for so long, like back and forth. So I was like freezing so much. And I've always just loved the summer, like the sunlight and being able to go outside like anytime I want. And I just feel like a lot of the laws and the rules in Canada are just is so annoying because like when I want to do something, it's not allowed in Canada. Like for example, raw milk, it's like extremely hard to even get raw milk. Like I was able to get raw goat's milk and it was so hard. It was like but I finally found a way just recently to get raw goat's milk. And even though found a way, it was literally pre-frozen. So the only way I can get it is pre-frozen. And it's also from a pet store. And it's 1 liter. It's only 1 liter. And it's like so expensive. For 1 liter of raw goat's milk that's pre-frozen from a pet store, it's extremely expensive. So it's like almost not even worth it because it's just the price and they're barely giving you anything and it's pre-frozen, all of that.
I
Mhm.
see. Do you think the fact that you think it's very hard to get raw milk has to do with your lack of information, or it's mainly because of the restrictions in Canada? Because sometimes you need to have some knowledge to get certain foods right.
Yeah, I've really looked into it and it seems more so like a law is like there's like no one who drinks raw milk in Canada, like almost nobody, because it's just so hard to get. And even if you want to go to a farm, like there's rules in place where like if you go to a farm, it's like still illegal. It's really weird. Like they're so like strict about it and they're like so heavily like into pasteurizing things. I know Canada, like they're trying to like really make the food good quality, or at least they say that, and they like say they have these standards in place, and they like say specific ones they try to put in place, and they believe in pasteurizing milk. But I know it was frozen milk, but when I drank like it after it like unfroze, the raw goat's milk was perfectly fine. Like I didn't even have any problems with it. So like, and from everything I've learned about raw milk, I don't understand why there would be a problem unless it's coming from an unhealthy animal. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I
And
see.
so I pretty much think I don't think I'm missing any information. I mean, there might be a few other ways to get like raw milk in Canada. Like I heard like you could get it from people who are like Jewish or something, like in those areas, like they might have raw milk. But other than that, I have like no clue like how else I would get
Mm,
it unless I have to learn like maybe like to get some connections to people who know how to get raw milk.
I see. Okay. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes. So I pretty much some of my hobbies are like I usually like work like I do a lot of working and like video editing. I guess you can kind of consider that a hobby because I also have like another YouTube channel I work on a lot. And I also just I go outside a lot. I like walk a lot like in nature. I go like to places like ravines and I usually walk. I always like try to get a lot of sunlight because I really like the sun. And
Nice.
I was also into pretty much work. I was into actually like doing some calisthenics and working out for a really long time. But recently I actually stopped because I thought like if I was to do too much, it would probably put too much strain on my body. And I was realizing when I was working out that it really just was deteriorating me. Like, because I used to feel good doing it kind of, but then like I realized that I was actually just harming myself because at the towards the end I just started feeling like really like sore and weak. And I mean that could be related because due to my diet, but either way, I believe like working out just puts too much stress on your body. So I kind of like got rid of that hobby. And yeah, recently I've just like been like pretty much I usually just spend most of my time just like outside or just like working on my computer.
So you mean aside from the channel I saw you have, Elevate with Ben, you have another YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Mm, do you mind sharing what kind of channel is that?
Yes. So pretty
But
much
let
it's a
me stop you
channel.
here. I want to add on some other information because like I saw your channel before and it looked like you know about how to run the channel. So I was already like thinking about that. Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay. So the channel is about pretty much like superheroes like DC and Marvel. It's like related to that. It was mainly focused on like this game series called the Arkham games, the Batman Arkham games. I make videos mainly on that. And I just talk about the games. I talk about like all the characters, like DC villains in the games and all that. I've been working on that channel for like a little while and I've really been trying to grow it. And I like do a
Oh,
lot of editing in my videos.
good
So
for
that's
you.
pretty much
Nice.
my other channel. And a lot of time goes into it because I try to make the videos as good as I can.
Hmm. Do you want to tell people what channel is that?
Um, that channel, I mean,
The
I
name.
don't think they're gonna really be interested in it because it's kind of like not even related whatsoever. That's like a whole
Okay,
different hobby.
okay, sounds good. Let's see. Okay, let me kind of talk about your dietary journey. Can you talk about, so you are just 18. Can you kind of talk about what kind of diet you are eating now,
I was eating before or now?
right now?
Okay. So my diet is mainly just raw meat. I usually just the main thing I eat is just raw ground beef, and I sometimes eat like a little bit of like raw fish or raw chicken or just like I eat some cooked meat as well. Like I'll eat like cooked rare steak, or sometimes I like cook ground beef a little bit if I really want to, or I'll eat like some cooked like sardines because they're already cooked when I buy them. So I'll eat that. And I drink mainly pasteurized milk because I don't really have access to raw milk, but I still like drinking milk and it's like an animal based food. So I feel like even though it's pasteurized, I don't really think it's like that big of a deal. I think it might be better, obviously, raw, but I don't think it's a huge, like, I don't think it's like really matters as much as some people really try to make. Maybe it's the more beneficial, but I don't think pasteurized milk is really harmful though. Even if it's not as good, it's not really harmful. And also, I eat a lot of egg yolks raw.
I
That's my main diet right now, and
Sounds
that's all
good.
I
Sounds
eat.
good. Yeah, let me kind of comment on what you said about cooked milk. I'm kind of on board with you, but I'm not sure what other people will think. I feel like there are some people that are very religious about raw milk. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting you said that. You have a little different perspective. I think you said you eat sardines or something, right? Like a kind of canned fish.
Yeah.
Did you say that? Yeah. Like you said, it's already cooked. Can you talk about why you want to eat that?
Well, I don't want to eat it because it's already cooked. It's just because like the price is good, and I know it's like it's like wild caught, and it's just like plain. It's like it doesn't have
Mm,
seed oils or anything. So it's just plain wild caught. It's like cheap, and it's it's pretty much just has like it's just health. I like the way it tastes and all that. It's healthy, and I feel like if I want to save money, I might as well just eat that. I mean, I don't have to eat it. I just don't really see a problem with it, and I don't think cooked food is like a huge problem.
I see. I see. And it sounds like you don't eat organs.
Well, the thing is, I did actually buy some heart recently. I bought some heart, but I don't think it was actually like a good, like, I don't think the source was very good. So I decided I wasn't going to eat it. And also, I don't really think, I think people kind of overrate organs. I think they say like they're so good, but I think the muscle meat is fine. I don't think it's a huge problem not eating organs. Because I know, like they say in nature, we would be eating the organs. Or if you really think about it, why would we immediately go eat the organs? It doesn't make any. What is most of the animal's body? It's muscle meat. So you're mostly gonna be eating muscle meat. There's like I don't know why. Like why would you main the main thing you're gonna be eating is muscle meat, and I'm guessing not people in nature they wouldn't have always even been eating the organs and getting most of their nutrients from the organs. Like I don't think it's a problem to eat the organs, but I don't think it's like you have to. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's definitely beneficial. I think if you are eating them, you should get them like high quality because if you get low quality organs, they can like taste bad or like it's can be like bad because a lot of the time that's where like they store like the toxins if it's like an unhealthy animal.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you this hypothetical question. If I gave you a whole animal right in front of you,
Mhm.
which body part would you want to dig in first?
Well, what type of animal is it?
Oh, good question. I didn't even think about that. I guess just a ruminant animal. Let's say like a wild deer.
I'd probably just start like the back or the stomach, probably something like that.
Oh, really?
I,
Why?
because like I feel like that's where they have the most meat. Like on the legs, they don't really have as much meat. I don't know why. We're like, so I would just go for like where they're carrying like the most meat, and that's probably like around like the belly, like or
Okay.
like on the sides, like near their back, somewhere around there.
So it sounds like you will go for the muscle meat first.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I personally probably would go for some more fattier parts.
yeah. I
Yeah.
would probably go for some. I would probably. I don't mind fat, but I wouldn't probably go for the organs. I wouldn't just like
Oh,
dig in for the organs. I'm not like obsessed with organs or anything.
I see. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So that's why you're eating. Can I ask you why you don't consume egg whites?
Um, well, I've heard obviously like there's some people who think consuming egg whites is bad, and they think like there's something in it that I think it makes you like it decreases your biotin or what I forget what it's called exactly, but it like decreases it. And I don't really know if it's like entirely true. But I've just heard of that, and either I don't really think it's a huge problem to consume egg whites. I think it's completely fine, but I just consume the egg yolks because I just prefer it. I just like consuming the egg yolks because I feel like that's like where most of the nutrients is. So, and the egg whites I've heard are just pretty much protein, and I don't think it's really. You don't have to have the egg whites. It's not like I don't feel like you're missing out of much of anything. I'm already getting a lot of protein, so I don't really think I have to be getting the egg whites. And if there really is a problem with eating egg whites slightly, like some people say, I might as well just not eat them because it's not a huge problem. But I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong. Like if I was consuming the egg whites, I don't think it would be a big deal.
Mm, okay, that's understandable. So what
Mhm.
do you usually do with the egg whites?
I usually just throw them out. I usually just skip
Okay.
the egg yolk, kind of take the egg yolk out from the white, and I just throw it in the garbage.
So can you kind of walk us through how you separate whites from yolks?
Okay, I usually just have it in my hand, and I like just try to like pull it away and like or in the shell, and
Oh,
I'll try to like get all the egg white out with my hands and just leaning it to the side and just pulling it out, and it kind of takes a little while sometimes, but I just try to get. But after a while, it just kind of gets easy, and I just got used to it. And the egg whites, it's not actually that hard to like just separate them. And I'll just have it in my hand, I'll just throw it in the garbage and it's fast.
okay, cool. Do you have some eggs in your house?
Yes, I have eggs.
Okay. Do you know what I'm going to say next?
Yeah, I think I do. I think you're gonna say you want to have some raw eggs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are down. Have you tried like eating eggs with like cracking it on your teeth?
I've seen people do that, but I've never actually done that.
Okay, you want to learn that now?
Yeah, okay.
Nice. But you need that means you probably also need to eat the egg white
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
fine.
hard.
I'm fine
Okay.
with that.
Let me go grab my eggs. Let me tell you, I'm going to grab some conventional eggs because I don't have pasture raised eggs in my house. But
Shall I
I'm
grab
doing
eggs
this
as
for you.
well?
What did you say?
Did you want me to grab eggs or no?
Oh yeah, you also like we eat together.
Okay, I'll get it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Ben, can you introduce your egg?
Can I introduce my egg? Yeah, here's the egg. It's actually a pasteurized egg. It's a pasture-raised egg. Like it's high quality. I usually like getting the ones that are higher quality, like with the hard shell, that are like just I feel like they're just better for you, and like obviously like the nutrition value is higher. And yeah, here's just my egg.
Okay, sounds good. So this is just a random egg I found in my family's fridge. I bet it's not pasture raised. Yeah, I
Yeah,
usually don't. I usually don't eat something like this, but I don't mind eating this
I
kind of.
I I'll eat like regular eggs from the store as well sometimes. Like I don't think it's a huge problem. I've done it. It's completely
Nice,
fine.
nice, nice. Okay, W. I mean, it depends on. Some people might think that's bad, but I think that's cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
That means you have some courage, right? But let us start. You want to find the white part of the egg. So there's the narrow part and the wide part. You want to find the wide part first, and then make a little hole with your canine teeth.
Yeah.
Let me show you first.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's kind of like this.
Yeah.
You don't need to completely penetrate it. Okay, you can
Yeah.
give it a try.
I think I did it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just you just want to like when you suck from the other end, you want it to be able to like be
Uh huh.
pulled in, if you know what I mean. But yeah, once you are done with the first hole, you just use a lot of your teeth to make a bigger hole. And you this time you want to actually open the egg. So let me kind
Yeah.
of show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to suck from here. Yeah.
And I
So
opened it.
once you open, you can just start slonking.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hmm.
Good. So I ideally, if you do things correctly, this
Yeah.
part, the first hole should be like empty, because it will be pulled, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Okay. Let me know when you finish the whole egg. You done?
Hmm.
Okay, sounds good. How was that?
It was fine. It was good. I've never
Nice.
done that before, but I've seen a lot of people do that.
Cool, cool, cool. Let's see. Okay, so we know what you eat now. Have you tried other diets before? I mean, like you probably have tried some cooked meat-based diet, right? Just before meat-based diet, have you tried other diets?
Yes, I've tried other. I guess sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did the modern diet. Like I don't really know if this counts as diet. Like I never really did like, a vegan diet or anything, but I've had like diets where like I was mainly like eating just a bunch of processed food and junk food, like where I was just eating like chips and like soda. Like that's all I was almost entirely eating. And then I've had times where I was eating like a lot of like noodles and like vegetables, like mainly broccoli. And I was eating like just a bunch of broccoli and then a little bit of chicken breast, like that. Like the modern like healthy diet, pretty much.
Mm,
Those are the other diets I've done.
okay, so you mean like prior to you went meat-based, you were eating some lean meat, some vegetables, and a lot of junk food?
Well, no, pretty much I pretty much first was just doing a lot of junk food. I like when I was younger, I just ate a lot of junk food. And then I started doing the diet where I was just eating like a little bit chicken breast and then a bunch of noodles and broccoli, just a lot. And then I was having a lot of issues on that just with those diets. And then I went meat based.
Okay, I see. So would you say growing up, like I guess in your family's culture, the diet is pretty bad?
I wouldn't, I guess, sort of. I mean, my family's culture, I wouldn't really say their cultural diet is that bad. I wouldn't say it's terrible. Because like there is meats and there is like vegetables and like some carbs, but not like we don't necessarily eat a lot of junk food. But my family like some of my family members do eat like quite a bit of junk food. So I would say like I guess growing up, I did eat junk food and it wasn't like my parents weren't like the most strict about it. They would let me eat junk food. And they like when I was younger, like I know some parents like they don't like having like kids that are eating a bunch of junk food. They don't want their kids to, and they try to stop them to every time they want to. And like their parents are like really like strict about health. But my parents, they let me have junk food, and I don't really blame them because I guess like they didn't know better. But I do think they should have looked more into it, and they should have like really tried to like do the best like possible. So they should have like done more research and like looked into the truth because like if you're giving your kid something you want to be like optimal for their health, but I'm not gonna just get really really mad about it. Like
Hmm,
it's
makes
obviously
sense.
the past, and now I can control my diet. And just because their diet's the way it is, I'm not gonna try to control them. If they want to change, they can change themselves.
I see. Okay. What kind of perspectives did you have on things like vegetables, meat, junk food growing up? I want to see if
Oh,
your beliefs have
yeah,
changed drastically.
yeah, things have definitely changed. So when I was growing up, I thought that meat was healthy for you. I know like a lot of people say meat causes cancer, but when I was growing up, I thought like nothing was actually even bad for you. I thought like when they said meat had cancer, I thought like I didn't really believe it. And then I thought vegetables were good for you. I thought broccoli was really good for you. I didn't like it though, but I thought it was good for you. And junk food, I thought junk food wasn't actually bad for you. I thought people just said it was bad for you, but they were wrong. I thought they were just saying that because I thought that people just like believe myths or whatever when I was growing up.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it sounds like it was already kind
I
of
just
hard
thought
to
nothing would really
brainwash you.
harm me. I thought every,
You already had some critical thinking skills growing up, it sounds like.
yeah.
Nice. Okay. And you went ahead and start eating. Can you talk about why you decided to start eating some lean meat and broccoli?
Okay. So I just always was trying to lose weight. I've gone to like counting calories and I like knew broccoli and lean meat was really low in calories. And counting calories is how I lost a lot of weight. And I thought like if and I always liked chicken. I always loved meat. So I was like, I'll just eat the lean chicken breast. And broccoli is really low in calories and it's apparently really healthy. So I'll just go eat that. And I lost a lot of weight. And I liked the way it tasted. I used to never like broccoli, but after I got into eating it, I actually started to like the taste. I used to hate broccoli growing up, but then I just tried to force myself to eat it, and then I ended up liking the taste.
Okay. Yeah. I heard people say that too.
Mhm.
Interesting. So did you used to be pretty overweight?
I wasn't overweight, but I was kind of chubby, and I was more so like I ended up losing like 30 pounds. I was just kind of chubby. I wasn't really chubby. I was like lifting weights, so I had a little bit of muscle, but I was also had like pretty high body fat. So I was like kind of chubby.
I see. And did you say you lost weight by the calorie diet?
Yeah, but I don't. I
Oh.
lost weight by counting calories, but I don't believe calories are actually accurate. I think counting calories works because it is decently accurate, and like the ways you track is like still gonna make you lose weight just because like the way it's arranged and all that. But I don't think counting calories is like truly accurate, and I don't think it's truly scientific.
Hmm. Yeah. I can relate to that. Let's see. Lost weight. Yeah. Let's talk about why did you want to go meat based?
Okay, so I wanted to go meat based because I had like so many issues with my stomach, like digestive issues, bloating, gas. I had like terrible inflammation in my skin, so much acne. My acne was much worse before. It looks pretty bad right now because you can see all the marks all over my face. But before it was even darker. Before it was really, really bumpy. Like the bumps were really big. And no matter what I did, even when I used so many skincare products, even when I used like just anything, I tried like every single skincare product. It would work a little bit in the beginning, but then my acne, it would just come back. It would just come right back, and my acne would, it would just keep, my skin would just keep getting inflamed. Like every few days, it would just get really inflamed, and it would like, sometimes my acne would like really like hurt, like it would be like really irritated, and I would have like cystic acne, and like it was just really bad. And I also pretty much, it led up to the meat-based diet because I was so like, I always thought like, I heard people say like bloating and gas is usually caused by broccoli, and I was starting to eat broccoli, and I never had those problems before I was eating broccoli as much, and I was eating so much so often, and I was like, this has to be true because it makes exact sense why it's like I'm having these problems. And also, I noticed when I was eating broccoli, my skin got like even worse. My skin just got at like an all-time bad. My skin was already bad, but then when I started eating broccoli, it just got even worse. And I also got some other health issues. Like I don't really know if I can like even say the health issues I got on here with the eating the broccoli because it's kind of like inappropriate. So I don't think I want to say that. But yeah, broccoli just gave me problems and it made my acne worse. And then once I cut out the broccoli, I saw like the bloating and gas like almost instantly went away. And I wasn't having to use the washroom like 4 or 5 times a day. It was like getting so bad, and my stomach was literally like hurting all the time. It was just terrible. And that's pretty much what like where I was at like just before I started the meat-based diet. And also I was drinking a lot of diet soda, just like crazy amounts, and I think that was giving me health issues as well. Not nearly as bad as the broccoli, but it was definitely giving me health issues. And then I just wanted to like find out how to finally cure my acne because I was so like confused. I was like trying for years, 5 years. I was trying to cure my acne. But I got acne at first when I was 12, about to turn 13. That's like, I think like it was like the summer when I was about to turn 13. I got like started getting acne, and it was like for 5 years I was doing everything and it just never went away. So I just wanted to come to a conclusion where I could clear my acne, or at least like my skin wasn't like getting inflamed like almost like every other day. My skin was getting like so badly inflamed. And then I like just found videos online eventually. When I was so desperate, I found the carnivore diet, and I heard like how like they say it like cures your skin, and how it's like not inflaming for your body, and it's not going to inflame your gut. And if you have skin issues and other skin conditions, it's like your skin is going to heal over time, and it's going to like go away, and you're not going to like your skin's going to stop getting inflamed. And the pimples would just like fade over time. Like I saw some like YouTubers, I'll mention some of the YouTubers, like I saw like Steak and Butter Girl. I also saw, I think Paul Saladino I saw was one of the first ones as well. And then like a few others. I can't remember some of them, the first ones I saw, but I know those two were definitely some of the first ones.
So let me kind of summarize what you were saying. You first started to question a modern diet because you saw some people
Yeah.
talking bad about broccoli, and you made the
Yeah.
connection. And
Well,
then
can I cut in and like just quickly say like what I want to
go
like
ahead.
say? I always question the modern diet. I always like, I'm somebody who's like always wants to be like thinking for myself. I'm somebody who's always speculating. I want to know the truth. So I was always like, I wasn't always like believing in it. I wasn't always like fully like, yeah, the diet is like completely I didn't believe it was like for sure the truth. I thought like I'd always had like the idea in the back of my head like this could be wrong, and I was always open to like learning the truth and finding out information that could help me and lead me to the truth.
Sounds good. Nice. You are
Mhm.
saying that you always have this kind of mindset when you grow up. Do you think this is like
Yeah.
your natural trait, or you develop this kind of perspective because of some incidents?
Well, I guess you could say I kind of developed it, but in a way, I also always had this mindset because I was always into self improvement. I was always into wanting to be like the best version of myself. I was always into like really just, before I was so like into just working as hard as possible, just maximizing my life in every way. And I wanted to like be as healthy as possible. I wanted to like feel as good as possible. I want to be as happy as possible. I want to just achieve everything I ever wanted. I really want to. And I thought, and I always like a lot of people, they try to limit themselves and they try to like say like I can't achieve this or do that. And I always thought to myself like I want to achieve my dreams and I want to like achieve what, exactly what I want. And I always felt like I knew I would find a way like of somehow getting what I wanted. So I think I always in a way had that mindset. But then there were some people like I saw online definitely that like kind of helped me. Like Andrew Tate, I kind of
Mm.
like got influenced a little bit by him. I wasn't one of those people who were like just like believed everything he said so blindly, like and just instantly believed everything he was saying. But as I like looked into him and I was seeing what he was saying, I was like, there's a lot of truth to what he was saying. And I was like really young. So as I heard what he was saying, I was like, this sounds like he knows what he's talking about. And like he like explains everything in detail and he's clearly like rich and like he has experience. And after he was saying a lot of things, everything was like really adding up. And I was like, wow, like if I really want to achieve what I want, like I would like even before I saw Andrew Tate, I always like had the mindset of achieving what I want. But after I like listened to him, I was really surprised. And since I was so young, I was kind of like inexperienced in life and I was kind of like immature and goofy and silly. But I was open minded and I wanted to like really reach what I wanted and get what I wanted.
Nice. Okay, cool. I also like Andrew Tate pretty much, if you know what I mean. How do you even say that? Like, if I want to say that it's more than I kind of like him, but less than I like him a lot, how would you say that?
Yeah. Okay. So I would say I agree like pretty much with you. I would say you
I'm
respect
sorry,
him
sorry.
out.
Let me interrupt. I'm talking about like I'm asking this question as a language learner. Yeah.
Oh,
Like, how would you describe this degree? Like, you like a person not so much, but it's not like you kind of like him. It's like in between.
you could say you sort of like him. I don't like.
Oh, okay.
You could say like you could say like like respect him as a person. Like
I see.
that's
I see.
like I would say that's like the way to say it. Like you respect him as a person, an individual.
I see.
I would
Okay,
say that's the best.
you can keep going. You say you agree, right? So keep going.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to go into like why what I agreed about?
Yeah, because you wanted to say something, right?
Okay, I'll talk about that. So I think Andrew Tate, like a lot of his mindset is good. I think he's somebody who like seeks the truth. I think he's somebody who like wants to improve his life, is looking to like be like pretty healthy. Like obviously a lot of the things he does aren't like healthy, but he also tries to do a lot of things that are healthy and he wants to like reach his goals. And I know like he's kind of in this like man-made society where he
Hmm.
wants to like he's like kind of blind to like nature and the truth like in that way and like the human diet eating like raw meat and all that. But I feel like compared to most individuals and the average person, he's somebody who like I feel like has a strong mindset and he's like he really believes what he's doing is actually benefiting him and he really believes like it's like he's gonna succeed doing this and he clearly has. It like kind of makes sense why you believe this because he's pretty successful in like the in society because he has a lot of money. So in society's by society standards, he would be considered successful and have a good life. I think that his mindset's good. I think that he really does a good job in like encouraging young people. I think like young people, like if you're pretty young and you like unexperienced and you don't really know much, if you listen to him, he'll give you like a good start and he'll give you like some good knowledge and he'll help you get like a good mindset about life. And like just because eventually when you find out like even more about the truth, your mindset's gonna be strong and you're gonna be like ready and you're gonna want to seek the truth even more because a lot of people, they're more so followers, but then when you listen to Andrew Tate, it almost like takes you out of that like follower mindset. You want to become like, you want to seek the truth and you want to like think for yourself. So I think Andrew Tate, he definitely has like some things about him and some ways of thinking that I would say are great and good compared to like most people. I
Cool.
definitely like
Okay.
respect him in some ways.
Nice. Okay. Hmm. Did you mention that you had a kind of health issue that's like kind of inappropriate to bring up here?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure if I understood you correct. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So I'm curious, but you don't want to talk about that, right?
I mean, I don't mind talking about it, but I don't know if I should mention it though. Like,
Can you kind of give us some hints?
okay, I think actually maybe I think I can mention it, but I just thought maybe I shouldn't just mention it like because I don't want to be like just in case, obviously. But pretty much like when I would use like when I would fart, there would be like poo coming out as I fart. Like poo would come out when I fart. Like when I was doing like the diet with the broccoli, like eventually got so bad towards the end where when I would fart, a little bit of poo would come out, and it was really bad.
Okay, cool. This is like exactly the same as Sunbin.
Yeah, and also I want to mention one thing. The problem with this is I was somebody who did a lot of cardio before, and I would be trying to do cardio, and then I would fart, and then it was
Oh,
like because doing the cardio, since my stomach was always like so irritated, it would literally make me fart because my stomach was so bloated and it was hurting, and a little bit of poo would come out towards the end when I was eating a lot of broccoli.
okay, cool. Have you, I mean, like, have you created any kinds of poop accidents because of that kind of issue? If you know what I mean.
Um, no, I haven't really created any. No,
Okay, so you have been able to deal with that in some
yeah, I
ways.
didn't really have that problem for too long. Like as soon as
Oh,
that started happening, I was like really concerned, and I really wanted to take. I didn't want to like have that problem forever. I was like really, really should like find out the truth and take action.
okay, cool. So that kind of issue would happen every time you farted, like every single time.
Um, Towards the end, it would happen a lot.
I see. So like you couldn't trust your fart, basically, right?
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
Cool. Let's see. So you went carnivore, and how long ago was that?
How long did I go carnivore?
Yeah, like when did you go carnivore? How long ago was
Okay,
that?
I went carnivore. I went like cooked. Like I started going cooked carnivore August 1st.
So just like last month?
Yeah, the first day of
Oh,
last month.
nice. Okay, cool. Give me one sec. And then right now, like you mentioned, you're eating mainly raw food. Can you talk about why you decided to do this?
Okay, so I was eating the cooked meat, but I always like I like even when I was eating the cooked meat, I got into Godis and I watched like Face IQ, and I think like they're intelligent people. Like they're obviously like above average intelligence. Like they're people you can listen to, and like they're not just some imbeciles or whatever. So as I listen to them, I'm like, okay, I can see they're decently intelligent. So as I'm listening to them, I'm hearing like the points they're trying to make and their reasoning and like how they're saying like most people like are against it. And I'm always open minded and I always like thought maybe it was possible we should be eating raw meat. So as I'm hearing like they're eating raw meat and I'm seeing them eat raw meat, especially Godis, I'm seeing him like eat raw meat all the time and preach about how it's so healthy, the raw organs, everything. I'm like, I think this is like probably fine. And I wanted to try it. I wanted to see if I could eat raw meat and be completely fine because you always think like I was always like washing my hands immediately after I eat raw meat, or I try to like quickly cook it and wash my hands because I don't want to get sick or anything before because I thought like maybe I just get sick, and I was always so concerned, and I really just thought, and I always heard like raw meat has more nutrients and raw meat like has vitamins like more vitamins, and some of the vitamins are like getting like when you cook it they pretty much like deteriorate and some of them are lost. And I just want to try raw meat because I thought like maybe I'd like it. Maybe I could eat it and be fine. Maybe it was the truth.
Sounds good. Okay. Have you noticed any differences after you went like raw meat only?
I did notice a little bit of difference when I eat raw meat and not cooked meat. So when I eat raw meat, I don't feel as bloated. I also feel more hydrated. Like I don't even have to drink as much liquid. And also, I just I feel like I'm not like constantly bloated. So like it doesn't make me as tired. And I just feel like I'm always like not limited by what I'm eating. Like I feel just completely fine. And I don't know, I just some of the meat I like some of the things I eat raw, I actually prefer raw. Like I prefer raw fish, I prefer raw chicken, I prefer raw egg yolks and raw eggs. But the only thing I would kind of prefer cooked is beef because I don't mind beef raw, but when it's cooked, I feel like it does taste better. I don't mind it raw though. I still eat raw beef, but I kind of do like the taste of it. So sometimes I do eat rare steak.
I see. Let's say
Mhm.
you go out with your family to a restaurant that only has cooked meat. What would you do? Would you
So
not eat?
first, so first, I do eat cooked meat. Like I'll get a rare steak, but I'll always make sure we're going somewhere that's like a proper steakhouse, somewhere that like I like that I can have the steak without like seed oils or like any like, seasoning. I always like tell them no seasoning, no seed oils, and I want like a rare steak. And yeah, that, like a lot of times I went out with my family at steakhouses because like when I will go out with my dad, I only like get rare steak because I I like my steak like less cooked, and obviously I want the benefits like from the meat not being as cooked, and I want to go somewhere where there's no seed oils. So I don't really have a problem going out and eating with my family if it's like somewhere with like good steak, pretty much.
Okay. What kind of role do you think cooking plays in your life now?
What kind of role? So so pretty much the only reason I ever cook now is just for the flavor, the taste.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the meat is like I'm unsure about the meat's quality and I still really want to eat it, I'll cook it a little bit. But other than that, like that's I don't cooking like before it was like just so time consuming. It was so annoying. I had to like keep washing pans and like washing things I was using to cook. And it like took time to cook. But like when I so I'm kind of like just like free from it now. I'm kind of like cooking. It's like man made. It's like unnecessary. Like we put all these things in our life. Like I kind of want to mention some more like more things that like like are kind of related to this. But I'm kind of like free from cooking, and I feel like cooking is just something like put there that's not necessary. That just added that we feel like we need, but just if anything getting in the way. So now with the gone, I feel like I'm free. I feel like I'm not limited, and I feel like I just prefer eating mainly raw meat, and raw food, so I don't have to cook and I don't have to wash anything, pretty much. And yeah, I think that cooking, it's not like something that I really do much anymore. So yeah, that's how it like really plays into my life now.
I guess your transition is pretty fast. You just went cook carnivore last month, right? Right now you're just eating raw meat, and sounds like do you see yourself just constantly eat raw meat moving on?
Do I see myself continuing to eat raw meat?
Just like mainly eat raw meat moving on.
Yeah, so for now, I see myself in the future continuing to eat raw meat and just staying on this diet because I like the food. I like it doesn't like now that I see like it's not harmful for you and it like I feel fine. I'm not getting sick. I'm not getting any health issues. And I feel like it's much more nutritious. I'm definitely gonna stay on this diet, and I don't really care if like, people like are gonna judge my diet. I don't really care about what others think because they like kind of they're like closed minded and they're not like seeking the truth. So if they really like it just doesn't really bother me what other people think because I feel like what I'm doing is right and it's healthy, and I'm gonna continue to eat this way. Like I feel like I'm benefiting from it, and I feel like I just don't understand why I would like do it any other way and like go back.
Nice. Have you heard people say that raw liver is very good for your skin?
Yes, I think I've heard this a little bit before.
Oh, okay. I see. Maybe you can try incorporate that. I guess some people
Yeah,
will recommend you to do that. I don't know how true that is, but
yeah,
do you know primalism?
yeah. I've heard of him. Yeah,
I think his skin used to be pretty bad, and he kind of contributes the improvements in his skin to raw liver. But like you were saying, I think if you can get access to some raw muscle meat, stuff like that, like animal foods, I think you're pretty good to go. Yeah. Let's see. So you were saying that you used to do a lot of different skincare, right? Can you kind of talk about like how your experiences have been going to doctors? Because I guess you have been trying to fix your skin health by going to doctors, right?
mhm, yeah. So in the beginning, I wasn't going to doctors. My mom was just buying me skincare, and I would just use it on my face, and I would just try to use it as much as possible. And then it would work a little bit at the beginning, and then it wouldn't work. And I would just keep trying every single one. And then when I eventually started going to doctors, they would prescribe all these different creams to put on my face, and I would try them. Once again, they didn't really work. And then towards the end, I would go to the doctor and they would like start saying like I had to like take antibiotics or I had to take like Accutane. And I instantly like knew like I'm not going to take antibiotics. I'm not going to take Accutane because I was always skeptical of them. I always knew like they had side effects. And I was like, I want to be able to fix this with cream, right? So I always just tried the creams, but they never truly worked and helped me. And the doctors, I always like felt like, I just felt like I don't even know if I could trust them. And I was kind of like, I feel like I tried everything, but they were just like, they didn't even know what they were talking about. They just like were trying to take advantage of me and make money. Like, because it's like obviously the in that industry, like dermatologists and all that, it's like kind of like a scam, and they just like making money for like they're put there to make money for like the bigger corporations, all that. So
Did they ever tell you to clean out your diet or something?
um no, they never told me that. And the dermatologist, they never even mentioned diet. They never mentioned what I was eating. I've had
That's
people tell me to clean up my diet, like family members or like other people like I just know, and like they told me like to clean up my diet.
okay, cool. I feel like more dermatologists should talk about diet because it's kind of hard to ignore the fact that diet can affect your skin. So it's kind
Yeah.
of interesting how they can kind of gaslight people this way. What are your thoughts on the like dangers of raw food? Do you have some interesting takes?
Are we talking about like all raw food, like including like raw, like just like raw meat, like raw animal foods, right?
I mean, because people are just afraid of raw food in general, right? Like, I mean, like raw animal
Okay.
foods, raw meat, raw eggs, raw milk.
Okay.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on
So
that?
so do I think it's dangerous at all?
I mean, you can just talk about your thoughts on
Okay.
this, the fear that people have.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, so I think like I think it makes sense why people have this fear, but I think it really just shows how closed-minded people are. Because I was somebody who always thought like maybe I'll get sick if I eat raw meat. But then like as soon as I saw people eating raw meat, even though I was kind of scared of it, I was like open-minded to it. And I was like, I was seeing these people eat raw meat, and I was like, this something is off. Like, how are they able to eat raw meat and not get sick? They're saying it's they're benefiting from it. They're saying they're eating healthier. It just shows like so many people are stuck in their ways, and I understand they're scared, but it really shows that they're just limiting themselves. They're staying in the same place. They're not open to eating raw meat. They think it's crazy. They think it's scary. They think vampires and zombies eat raw meat. They they think it's like so dangerous. They think they're gonna like a parasite and die. They think like after like they think like these people are gonna like in no time like lose their lives and like they're gonna be off of social media. But I was seeing so many people in this like community, and they're all eating raw meat, and they're all saying they're benefiting from it. They're all saying they're fine, and they've been doing it for quite a while. Some of these people, so it's like I wanted to try, and I was scared. Like before, I was kind of scared to eat raw meat, but then like I just had courage, and I really wanted to try because I was like after a while, I just really like had the urge to try, and I really want to find out the truth. And I even like because even though I was kind of scared, I still thought like it's like pointless fear. Like I was like, I'm kind of like we're in a society and we're programmed and brainwashed to think this way. And I'm like, I don't want to be programmed. I might as well go out and do things and try for myself if things seem like they could be the truth. And I can fully understand people being afraid, but I feel like if they become more open minded and they try things for themselves and they look further into things, instead of just taking things like they look up things on Google or they hear things from doctors and there's they instantly believe it. They instantly like do what it says. They instantly think, oh, this has to be true. No, you see other people saying other things and doing exactly that and being fine and healthy. So you have to try things yourself and you have to stop closing yourself out from the truth and things that are possibly going to actually be good for you.
Nice, good. So if I ask you, why are you fine eating raw meat, raw eggs? How would you answer the question?
Okay, so why am I fine with it? I don't see a problem why I shouldn't be fine with it. I don't see like why I should be concerned. I don't see like I don't think it's bad for you. I don't think it's unhealthy. I think it's good for you. I think there's like more vitamins in raw meat that aren't destroyed by cooking it. I don't think cooking meat's terrible. I think it's still nutritious, but you can still benefit from eating raw meat. And I don't see why anything would be wrong with it. I think that mostly the only reason why people think it's so bad is because the narrative that is pushed upon it. Like people believe, like I mentioned before, only zombies and vampires eat it. It's made to be like really scary. It's made to be like for like crazy people and just like monsters. And like it's like obviously like it's being told that like red meat causes cancer and chicken, like you're gonna get sick from it. And like chickens like and pork are like really dangerous meats if you like you're gonna get like salmonella and parasites from it. But I don't think it's dangerous at all because I don't really think all that's I think it's like a misconception, and I think it's like just taken at face value, and like if you look more in depth, you're gonna realize that it's not dangerous and like it's actually perfectly fine. You have to try it. I've tried it. It's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. No. I don't see a reason why anything would actually be wrong with it unless it's proven.
What are your thoughts on parasites and bacteria?
Okay. So I do think it's possible, like obviously like there's bad bacteria and maybe some bad parasites, but I think that either way, there's like good parasites, good bacteria. And I think like when you hear like raw meat has all these like parasites and bad bacteria, I think it's all like, how do I say this? Like it's all exaggerated. It's not actually like as much like, it's not actually as bad as like the people at the top and like the doctors are trying to push for. It's not, they're just over exaggerating it. And either way, I don't actually believe bacteria is necessarily bad for you. I don't think bacteria really is. I think bacteria can be beneficial. And parasites, I'm I know there's definitely parasites that are fine to eat. Like there's parasites that are perfectly fine and healthy to eat. Nothing is gonna be wrong. I'm not that knowledgeable about bad parasites. I do definitely think like there could be bad parasites, but I think that's more so with like unhealthy animals, obviously. And yeah, I'm not really against eating bacteria or parasites. I think like it can be fine. And I
Nice.
think it's just like I think it's not scientific at all. Like the germ theory, I think it's like completely false. They're just like scaring people and they're like confusing people. Like they always mix like some truth in with confusion because like it's just confused because when you mix the truth with lies, it just confuses everyone and like leads everyone into like this total like life of like not even knowing what to actually do and what and like you're not even like benefiting properly. And it just like leads people to like not actually going anywhere and just staying like a slave. So I think that's how it is.
I can tell that you have thought about this topic in a deeper way because I feel like a lot of, I mean, not a lot of, I mean, some raw meat eaters, maybe they are going to say, oh, parasites are good for you. And that's just because they heard other people say that. But I think that's not
Yeah.
good. You are kind of like mainstream people. You need to like actually think about other people's information. Yeah. Anyways, so what has been your experience so far after you went eating a meat-based diet?
My experience so far, all my health issues went away, like my digestive issues, my bloating, my gas, like the fart problem I told you about, it completely went away. All the stomach pain went away. And my acne, my skin it stopped getting so inflamed because it is slowly getting better. Because I had it for so long, 5 years, and it was like so bad for so long, and then towards the end it was so inflamed. So my acne is gonna take like a really long time to clear up, like because it was just so bad for so long. But I noticed my acne, it really doesn't really get inflamed anymore, and it's been fading, and I'm not getting like a bunch of new bumps and pimples. So I feel like it really is helping, and I I feel like it just improving my life.
What do you think about the improvements you are seeing now?
I think the improvements are good. I think like I'm really happy with them. And like I feel like I'm finally actually like reaching the truth because like I'm actually looking into things. I'm not just like I'm like trying to find out like the details. I'm like learning like exactly why these improvements are happening. And then as I see them happen, I'm like, makes sense. It's perfectly logical. It's like scientific and like makes sense. And I'm happy that like I'm finally seeing these changes because I was getting like some really like things that were just messing up my life, like just destroying my well being and like I felt terrible and I just like it was so bad. It was really bad. Like I just so many problems after another that just kept adding up and it kept progressively getting worse. Like all these health issues, it just progressively kept getting worse. Like the bloating and gas progressively getting worse. Then towards the end, I got that fart problem, and then like the acne was getting even worse. The digestive issues was getting even worse. I had to keep using the washroom even more. Like, and then to see like that instantly go down and all those problems fade away, it really just made me happy. And I'm like, I
Nice.
feel like I reached the truth.
Good.
The improvements are really good.
Do you feel angry at doctors?
Well, I feel angry at doctors. Well, I think I'm not necessarily angry at doctors. I'm not angry at them. I think that they're just not very intelligent and they're closed minded and they're just followers. But I do think that I don't need to really waste my time like focusing on and being angry at them because at the end of the day, they are stuck in the society too. They are being lied to. A lot of them are learning the stuff like through like the schooling and they're falling into the tracks and they believe what they're teaching is right, but they only know how to like diagnose. They don't actually know the like solve the root. They don't know how to solve the root cause and like fix the problem truly. They just mask it by like giving you pills or cream for acne and even like so many things like, for example, bone density or whatever. Instead of like giving you the proper diet to build your muscles up or build your bones up, they'll like just give you stuff to take and to like stop your bones from getting weaker or whatever. Like, so I'm not mad at them. Like sometimes I'll think to myself like they're stupid, like they're not very intelligent because they're just like average intelligence and like they like can't even think they're self like out of the society. Like they're just stuck like being followers and they can't think for themselves. But I'm not mad at them and I'm not trying to waste my time and like all my energy to be mad at them. I would like to help them. I would like to like teach them and like I would want them to be open minded and like at least try to hear me out. That's what I would want from them. I wouldn't want to like get really angry at them. Obviously, if they like force it upon me and they don't even bother to listen to me and care what I'm saying, and I try to explain to somebody who happens to be a doctor, I'm gonna maybe then I would like be angry at that person or like kind of mad at that person. But other than that, no, I don't really necessarily hate doctors, but I think they definitely should like be more open minded and really try to like look all over the internet and look deeper into this information for themselves and see if it's really the truth.
I think that's a very healthy mindset.
Mm,
Drink. If you want to drink water, you can go ahead.
I'm fine. Mm.
Okay, here's the $1 million question. Do you still have all your teeth, my friend?
Do I still have all my teeth? Yes, I have all my teeth. I'm
Let's
fine.
go. Fist bump. Let's go. That's a
Mm,
W.
mhm,
Nice.
yeah.
Have you worn braces before?
No, I've never worn braces.
Wow, nice. Um, do you mind if I ask you if your teeth are crooked?
No, my teeth aren't crooked, but I do have an underbite. I have a little bit of an underbite.
Mm, okay, cool. So if you lick your wisdom teeth area, are they out already?
Ah, no, they're not.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was just feeling it right now just to like feel it, but no, they're not out.
But I guess
And also,
you are on a pretty nice track. Like you should be fine. I feel like just keep
yeah,
eating your raw meat. So have your teeth been good?
my teeth have been good. Like, so I will say, like, on this diet, I was eating cooked meat and I was kind of not brushing my teeth. So sometimes they're like kind of dirty, but because I would like try not to use that much toothpaste because I was kind of concerned about the toothpaste because like, I didn't want like it to harm me and I want to look further into it before I like really go into it with it. But now I do brush my teeth. Like I just try not to do it too much. Like, and I try to like not digest any, like swallow any. And I try to use like toothpaste that's not that strong or not like has too many ingredients or anything. And my teeth, I feel like they are like fine. I'm somebody who like I feel like I have like a strong bite. I feel like I'm somebody with like a really strong bite. Like I've always like really liked eating meat. And like every time I eat meat, like I really like just I just bite into it and I feel like I've ever since I was young, I just loved eating meat. And like when you eat meat, like a lot of the time, like it's like kind of hard to chew, especially if it's like a thick steak. And I always like loved eating it, and I always felt like I was like a lion when I ate it, and I had like really strong like strong teeth, I guess you could say.
Nice. Do you do mewing?
So I do mewing.
Yes.
Um, I sort of do mewing. Like I do mewing a little bit. I kind of like I know how to do mewing and all that, and I do mewing. I think mewing can be like good for sure. I don't think I don't think it's like something crazy, but I think it could definitely improve your life over time. And because a lot of people they try to like improve their face and like their posture and like all like their jawline with mewing. And I definitely think it's good to like new instead of just having your like tongue and like breathing out of your mouth and all that. But I think what's gonna have the most like impact on you is your nutrition and your lifestyle, like eating like the nutritious foods and like getting sunlight, like not using like all the toxic products and chemicals. Like I don't use shampoo. Um, and yeah, I think viewing's fine. I think it can be beneficial long term. Definitely when you're young, even when you're older. But I don't think it's like not like a huge thing, but you definitely I think should try to incorporate it, try to put it like bring it into your life and see like how it works for you.
Okay. Can you talk more about the eye issues you were having before?
The what?
The eye
The eye
issue.
issues? Yeah. Okay, so I just like noticed like I think this might have just been because like honesty of drinking like diet soda or something or drinking soda or whatever because every time I would like drink it, like I drink so much diet, so like the craziest amount because like I before was like trying to like lose so much weight, so I would just drink so much diet soda, like crazy amounts. I would like drink like sometimes anywhere from like 2 liters a day to like even like at times like 4 liters a day. It was crazy, and like I got like addicted to it, and I just noticed sometimes when I drink like a bunch at once, my eyesight would get like I couldn't even focus. I think it was from maybe the caffeine and the chemicals, and my eyesight was just destroyed. Like for like half an hour, like I couldn't even focus. It was like it was like really irritating, and it wasn't. It was just something that happened like every now and then, for like half an hour. It would last, and it was like really annoying. I knew it was gonna go away after half an hour. It was like stress on my eyes, and then it would just eventually fade. And yeah, that's like how it was.
Have you gone to a doctor about that for that?
No, I never did. I
Okay,
never
cool.
was that concerned about it.
I see. You don't need to wear glasses, right?
No,
Nice. I guess you have pretty nice foundation. You are not nearsighted, and you
no.
haven't worn braces before, so good for you. Nice.
Mhm.
Do you think your eyesight is good now, or
Yeah, I
like
think my
there are
eyesight's
some
great.
rooms for improvement? Because some people they don't wear glasses, but their vision is not like entirely perfect. Where do you think
I
you are
think my
at?
vision I think my vision's completely fine. I think my vision is pretty good. I think like it's like ever since I'm young, like I haven't really like my eyesight hasn't really deteriorated. It's not really a problem. And the little bit of like issues I had with my eyes kind of just went away. So my eyesight's fine. I don't have any problems with it.
Do you think you spent very minimal time looking at screens growing up, or you think you actually spend a lot of time doing that?
Okay, so it kind of depends when it was in my life. Like I feel like when I was, let's say like all the way until 9 or 10, I did not spend much time looking at screen, like a little bit. But then after when I like turned like 10, let's say like around 10, I really started getting to like using like electronics and like playing video games and like staring at the TV all day. Like when I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And it got really bad because like when I was 12 and 13, I was like just constantly playing video games. Like, that was like I was almost always playing video games. And like I wouldn't even go outside. And I liked sunlight at that time, but I was so addicted to playing video games. I wouldn't even go outside in the summer. And I just wish I had because I feel like I would have just been so much healthier. I feel like I was so blind. And like if I was smarter back then, I was more mature, I would have done things differently. And I feel like obviously like when I was at that age and I was staring at the screen so often, it was like really just gonna over time deteriorate my health and my well being. And I was really just messing myself up blindly because I felt like I was having fun. I felt happy at the time. Everything felt so exciting. But I feel like that time of my life, it was like actually it's going to end up negatively impacting me.
Do you think there are a lot of people around you that are nearsighted?
Um, yeah, I guess you could say there are people around me that are like some of my family members. For example, I think my mom, wait, when you say nearsighted, you mean like they can't see that well up close?
Oh, I'm talking about you need glasses to function in the world. Like you need to
Oh, okay,
use
okay,
glasses
okay. I
to.
thought you meant just up close. Okay. So yes, like my like both my grandmas wear glasses. My mom needs to wear glasses for like up close things. She can't see that well up close. And Yeah, so that like I have family members, even like just a few family members that are having to wear glasses. So yeah, I guess there are people around me who are. And my one of my sisters has to wear glasses. But I don't know if this is necessarily because of like mainly genetics. Well, maybe genetics is kind of thing, but she has Down syndrome. So I think like and she had like a lot of health issues. So I think that it might have like contributed to like her having like eye problems or something with all the health issues she had having Down syndrome.
What are your thoughts on the fact that she has Down syndrome right now?
Mhm. I don't think there's a problem with it. Like I feel like a lot of people make fun of people with Down syndrome. And like I understand it because they kind of like look weird to a lot of people and most people aren't used to people with Down syndrome. And the thing is like I feel like it's completely fine and I'm used to her, but I really would want her health to be optimized because she has Down syndrome and I would want her on like the best possible diet. And my mom, now that she's into like what I'm into now, she's like I think trying to do a pretty good job like optimizing her health and she cares about her. So she's like really I just wish like I feel like it's so serious because when you have Down syndrome, you're already like and with all the health issues she had, she's already like pretty much starting at like a lower point. And it's really like you really have to take it seriously and like try to like do everything possible to optimize like her health because if you don't do that, then like it's not she's gonna lead it's just gonna lead to like a bad place for her. And she's not like she already has health issues and then her health's gonna get really bad. And I know there's like a lot of people make fun of people with Down syndrome. I think it's kind of stupid. I think like I can understand people thinking like they look weird, but I don't see the point. Like you shouldn't be focusing on making fun of people with Down syndrome. If you're happy with the way you look, if you're happy with your life, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying it, if you have things to do with your life, you're not gonna be busy making fun of people that have special needs, having like Down syndrome. I think it's like just dumb. Like why would you like even like only like immature and childish like losers like spend all their time making fun of people with Down syndrome. Like that person was born that way. You can't really can't just make fun like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I relate to what you're saying. I guess just spending your time bringing people down in general is pretty like
Mm,
degenerative.
mm.
But you know what? Actually, I was kind of trying to ask you, like, what do you think would happen if your parents were already eating a good diet, before they gave birth to your sister?
Oh,
Yeah, but
okay.
I don't know if you have thought about that or yeah.
I have. Okay, so I think like it is possible she wouldn't have been born with Down syndrome, I feel like. Because the way you eat, like it really reflects on the way your kids are born. It really does. When you're eating all the processed garbage, it can lead to like kids being born. Like we see all these like modern diseases, modern health issues, and it really like just contributes to like kids being born like with like underdeveloped faces or like health issues or like just like all these special needs because if your kids aren't getting the proper nutrition, they're not going to be able to grow properly. Like when they're in their mom's like body, they're not going to be able to grow and develop. Like you and when you're giving them garbage, it's like it's gonna just impact their growth negatively in their development. So I think like if they were eating like healthy for a long time, it is possible like she could have not had Down syndrome and like the kid like me or like even my sister could have been like healthier like people. It definitely benefited us. And yeah, I think like it definitely matters like what your parents are eating.
Mm. Yeah, I was a little hesitant to ask you about this because I feel like I feel like you have a pretty healthy mindset in a way. So maybe you are going to think it doesn't really matter to think about that. What do you think?
Where I think about what you said, I
Yeah,
guess you're
like,
right. Like
do you think it's worth it to think about what you could have done?
I mean, I definitely think it's like good to consider. Like you want to think about it so like you can like increase your intelligence. Like you want to think about these things because like you want to like be aware. You want to have awareness and like realize like, oh, if this was different, this could have been different. You don't want to obsess over it and like let it take over your life. Like, oh, I wasn't fed this way. Or, like it like you can't like change the past. But yes, I definitely think you should think about it and be aware of what happened and
Okay,
why.
nice, cool, cool, cool. Mhm. Can you talk about how you're only 1 month in, but I guess also you have gone through a lot of thinking. I feel like so. Can you kind of talk about how your mental health have improved over time?
Yes. So before I was somebody who was like always so like stressed. I was so stressed before. I was like so stressed because I was somebody who was like so serious about achieving my goals. Like I was working like just so hard. I was working on my videos editing so hard. And like I hated being like stuck in like a school system. Like I always hated school my whole life. And I was always stressed about like going to school because I was like wasting my time. I didn't care about getting good grades. And it would just so I was just always stressed and I always felt like and I always didn't feel well because of my diet and it was causing me like other health issues. And like when I changed my diet, it led to me like just mentally like feeling much better because like I felt like I reached the truth. So I felt like I like reached like what was actually gonna make me happy. And I started feeling happier. I started like feeling like I didn't have to be stressed all the time. I could just like try to calm down. And I just feel like I feel just much happier because I feel like to be happy, you have to like do what's actually going to be good for you and like do what the truth is, not just listen to things that are told to be the truth, but when you actually reach the truth and do what the truth is, you're going to actually see the change and you're actually going to feel better. So yeah, that's how it has happened.
Mm, okay. Has socializing been easy for you?
What do you mean by that? Like being on this diet?
I mean, oh, not on this diet, just like in your life.
Oh, in my life. So when I was younger, I was literally like the most like when I was 10 years old, and younger than that, I was like the most friendly person in the world. I was like the most like, I was somebody who was so nice. I was like really nice. Like I was a really friendly person. And I would like almost like never try to say anything to hurt people's feelings. I always wanted to have like a bunch of friends. And when I was younger, people were like kind of like, when I like reached 10 years old, people like really started being mean to me. Like I would be really nice and people would just be mean to me. And I was like real I feel like my intelligence was kind of like low. Even though I had like really good intentions and I was like really nice, people were just like I didn't understand why they were being mean. I'm like, what's wrong with these people? Like, but I see now like they were just people who like were like negative and they were probably like told things by their parents that just made them bad and they like were brought up in these bad ways. And then as I became older, like in my teen years, I became much more independent because I was over time I like lost interest in most people because I feel like most people they're such followers and like when you try to talk to them intelligently, they like always care so much about other people say or they care so much about like the mainstream media and what they're trying to say and like they're like literally giving in to everything that's bringing them down and then they always complain about what's going on around them instead of like having some sort of like self-awareness and like trying to like be self accountable, they always like just blame others or they just complain and like be negative. And I just want to improve my life and my health and like reach my goals. So I like, and I felt like really like a lot of people like they say like it's good to like socialize and like I definitely think that being around people is good. But I actually like being alone. Like I feel like being able to be independent. Like I don't really see a problem with it. Like because I feel like I'm able to do things alone. And like if you're not able to do things alone and be independent, like you can never really like do anything properly and you're never really gonna achieve your dreams. Like a lot of things you have to be able to do on your own.
Mm. Yeah, what I was trying to ask you was because I bet your acne was like much worse before. I was wondering if that
Well,
affected you socializing.
okay, I see what you mean. All right, so pretty much, um, my acne when I was younger, I never really ever cared about my acne. I never really ever cared about it. I was always like, I thought like since I was like at the age where like I hit puberty, I was starting to get acne, and I didn't really care. I was like, it would go away. I would use the cream, but I thought it would eventually go away. And it just some people are so like insecure, but I'm like, I was like, why should people even bother to care about my acne? It like made no sense. And I was like, if people are gonna like try to make fun of me for it, I would just ignore them or whatever, not let it like get to me or anything.
Nice. Would it be
And
fair
yeah,
to say? Would it be fair to say you always have a pretty strong ego? That's probably not how you say it. Like you are relatively confident.
competence or confidence.
Confident.
Yes, I'm somebody who like believes in. I love people with confidence. I think confidence is so important. But I believe it's justified to have confidence because when you're open minded and you're willing to learn things, that's literally so important for like being able to be confident because you're open minded to actually changing in your life, right? So you can have the confidence and you can be able to use that confidence properly because when you go into things, you're confident and you're ready and you believe in yourself and you believe like things can go right and you can improve your life or whatever. And yeah, I would say like I'm a very confident person. I always believe it's a really good trait to have because if you're not confident, you're scared and you're like hiding from people and you're like scared of what people are gonna think, you're never gonna be happy because you feel happy when you're confident. I don't know. I feel like just I've always just had this like sense of confidence, and I believe like being
Nice.
confident is like one of like the most important traits. If you don't have confidence, like you're not gonna want to try things. You're not gonna want to try to go like get your like goals. You're not gonna even like aim for your like reach for your goals and try to succeed. You're gonna like limit yourself, and you're gonna say like it's gonna be too hard, or nobody's gonna like my videos, for example, or I'm trying to do this business, but nobody like I'm not gonna be able to get any customers, and it's gonna be like so hard. I'm gonna have to work so hard, and like, what if it doesn't work? And like people are saying it's not gonna work, and they're caring what others are thinking. But yeah, I think confidence is something that I always try to implement in my life, and I like seeing others with confidence as well. I think it's just a really nice trait to have.
Nice. Would it be fair to say that your skin issues haven't really been affecting your confidence?
Um, well, it hasn't affected my confidence because I just accept it for what it is. Like I would agree with that. Yeah, because I would agree. Like having acne is unattractive. It's a bad health indicator. But I'm not gonna let it make me unhappy. I'm not gonna let it like stop me from achieving my goals. I'm not gonna let it like bring me down. I'm not gonna let it like just ruin my life, put me in like this misery and like this state of just like depression or whatever, like being sad. Like I should just accept it for what it is and just try to improve. That's what I
Mm,
should do.
mm. Okay. So I guess you see it as a problem, but you don't get too dragged down by it, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Nice. Do you have any tips for people in terms of how to be more confident?
Yeah, I do. So first you wanna like realize if you want something, if you want to be happy, you can't care what others think. Like you should like be aware of others think. You should be aware of what others are thinking is true, but you shouldn't let what others are thinking prevent you from reaching your goals because you should try to change your life. And if you're not confident, you're not even going to be willing to do anything to actually get what you want. And if you're all like not very confident, try to like implement changes in your life to like look better or like just do things that you think will like make you more confident. Like whatever makes you feel better. And you should listen to people who are confident and you should like really like I feel like if you listen to people who are confident and you try to like surround yourself by people who are confident or you just listen to people who are confident, you will become more confident because you become like the people you surround yourselves with or that you listen to, like and so on. So I feel like that's what you should do. I feel like you should stop like you should have this mindset of like you need to be confident. You can't be scared. You can't if you're like this, you're never actually gonna do anything. You're just gonna there's always gonna be like that limiting factor that's gonna prevent you from reaching whatever you're trying to get, or it's always just gonna be holding you back in some way, and it's gonna be bringing some negativity to your life in some way. So why shouldn't you be confident? Why shouldn't you just realize what the world is and try to make yourself as intelligent as possible? I feel like when you're intelligent, you gain confidence because you have understanding and you doing things in a way that allows you to be confident.
Okay, nice. Have you faced any challenges so far trying your meat-based diet? Health-wise, did you get any doubts? Execution-wise, things like these.
So no, I was like fully confident. I felt like it made perfect sense. I looked into it like really well. I went in depth, studying like all the information, hearing what all like everyone had to say, and like seeing if it was all true. Looking at the studies, some of the studies were false, some mainstream media advice or whatever. But then like I just tried the diet and it seemed to work. Everything like I feel better. I feel like it makes perfect sense, and I don't have any doubts. I haven't had any problems, health issues from this diet, and so far I've just really been enjoying the diet, and I don't feel like there's any problems or any reason for me to like doubt it. So no.
Nice. Yeah, when I say doubt, I'm talking about if others doubt you.
Oh, others. Yes, I had some people doubt my diet. So, for example, my dad, I try to tell my dad about my diet, and he's like thinks he's like kind of like listens to the mainstream media, and he just believes wherever they push or whatever. But the truth is, he doesn't look into it that much himself, and he just believes everything at face value. He doesn't look more in depth about things. And I try to explain to him, but I understand the way he is, so I'm not gonna like try to have a big argument with him. And he doubted it, saying like if you eat like only red meat, you're gonna get like problems, like you're not gonna get all the nutrients you need, or like you're gonna get like an acidity problem, like too much acid or so. I don't even know. Or just he just said like you're just a bunch of things like you need to eat vegetables because you have to have like a balanced diet. But so he doubted it. But I don't really think it matters. I think my diet's fine. And I understand why he doubts it, but I don't really care. I'm gonna keep doing it and he can just look in more into it himself and yeah.
Has the fact that your sister has Down syndrome makes it harder for your parents to raise their children?
Are you asking me if it makes it harder?
I'm trying to understand if it's like harder to raise a child with Down syndrome. If it's like it takes more effort or something.
Oh, yes, it does because my sister, when she was young, she was really stubborn. She's been so stubborn. She was like so like attached to my mom, and she was like really like controlling, and she was really bossy to me and my other sister, always bossing us around because that's just her traits. But like people with Down syndrome, obviously they can't think the same as us, and they like my sister can't really speak that well. Like she has like speech problems. Now she can speak pretty well, but before she like always had so much trouble like learning how to speak, and she was always like, trying to learn how to speak. And my sister, she was like so stubborn, and she's like so she can be bossy at times, but she was also like she's really nice. Like, but yeah, it can definitely be like hard. It can be hard, like because like try and get her to do this or make her do that or like learn something or put her to sleep or whatever. It can be hard, especially when they're younger and reach a certain age. And yeah, because they don't understand as well. So it can definitely be harder. And there's times where like she doesn't listen, but I definitely think that if your child has Down syndrome, it's not like the end of the world, but at times it can be tough.
Hmm. Yeah, I was trying to answer. I was trying to understand. I guess all parents they already have to work pretty hard to like raise their children, especially if they are like eating a modern diet. Like I feel like it's harder to raise children that are eating a modern diet because they will have more health issues. But
Yeah, I
um,
agree.
yeah, I was just wondering if it's going to be extra hard for your parents. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it will be extra hard. Yeah, because like that,
Mm,
because the children are gonna be properly nourished. They're not gonna be eating what they really need to. And that's gonna play into them like not being able to think as well, feel as good, and so on. So yes, that definitely plays into it. It's a factor.
mm. I bet I don't know how I don't know how your sister functions now, but I bet she will like see a drastic transformation if she starts eating a meat-based diet.
She is eating a lot of meat now.
Okay, nice, good.
My mom gives her a lot of meat.
Uh, would you say your mom is like pretty on board with a meat-based diet now?
Yeah, my mom is a pretty open-minded person. I would say I'm an extremely open-minded person, but she's decently open-minded and she believes it too. She believes in carnivore and she believes like she doesn't think it's like that bad that I eat raw meat because like she thinks like all
Oh,
animals don't cook their meat. Like she thinks like it's perfectly fine.
that's funny. Nice, based.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on people that can still function pretty okay, like looks wise and mental health wise, when they are still not really like eating a good diet?
I think they just have good genetics and their ancestors ate properly and they just got lucky, right? Like they just so happened to their genetics played in that favor. And I think like over time they're gonna see like when they're like in 10 years, 20 years, they're gonna see the deterioration in like
Mm,
their some way in health, like the way they feel, like they're gonna feel sluggish or their organ health or like their bone density. I feel like this is all it's all gonna play into or getting cancer, some type of illness, modern illness. They're gonna really know they think, oh, I look good, I feel fine now I'm young. But you just got a little lucky, or like this is the way you are. But just because you don't have acne like me, because that's like not how your body works, it doesn't mean you're gonna be fine. I think like it make like you can be fine on the modern diet for a while, but you can't just do it forever. Like it's not gonna work.
Did you cut your hair recently?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I mean,
When was the
I cut my hair maybe 2 months ago. I got like a little bit of a trim, but other than that, no.
Did you go to a barber?
Um, a
Or you
barber? No, I just went to
I
some
mean
hair
like did you
salon.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. What are your plans with your hairstyle now?
I'm just gonna keep my hairstyle the way it is because I like long hair. Like I've
You are
always
going
liked
to
long.
trim your hair once every 2 months, or you're just going to let it grow for now?
I think I'm just gonna let it go for now, honestly. But like, I don't really like the look of having too much long hair. I don't know. I don't really like that. I feel like having too your hair too long. I don't really. I mean, I feel like it looks good depending on the person, but I like my hair long, like maybe like down to like here, like how long it is right now. I like this length. I think this length is good,
Okay,
and
cool.
I might let it grow a little bit longer, but I might just trim it back to this exact length every now and then.
Mhm. Nice. Are you in school now?
No,
Did you graduate from high school?
no, I did not.
Do you mind sharing like that part? Like, how has your student life been? You know?
Mm. So pretty much like I really hated school, and I actually didn't graduate because I was missing a credit and I failed like a course. But I'm doing like the course in like something called night school. So I don't actually go to school. I just do like one course. I haven't started the course even yet, but yeah, I'm just gonna try to get that
Oh.
credit and see how it goes.
Also, it's kind of like you're taking some online classes now, and eventually you are going to kind of like graduate from high school.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay, cool. Does that take up a big part of your life now? Like, how much time do you need to allocate for that?
No, because like the course is so easy and I haven't even started yet. But when I do, I've done courses like this before. And like you don't have to bother with it. It's like the slave system, right? So like
Mm.
it's like this dumb way. It's like something called night school, and they just like it's like the easiest course ever. And you don't even have to like really pay that much attention. You just do the assignment. It's kind of easy, and then like you just pass the course after a few months.
And I guess you are not going to go to college, right?
No,
Okay, nice. Do you have a girlfriend now?
no.
Okay.
I do
Have you
plan on
had?
getting a girlfriend. I do plan on getting a girlfriend, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit because like I'm like really like thinking of like doing things in my life, like and like you have to find like the right person who's like on board with like the way you're because I'm like somebody who's like very like unusual compared to most people, and like they're gonna think like some people are gonna think I'm crazy. So like I have to really like I'm definitely gonna try to get one, and as of now, I don't have one. No,
Have you had one before?
no.
Mm, Let me see. Can you describe your ideal girl?
My ideal girl. Okay, I'll just describe that. So I expect her to be like very feminine, very like attractive, like somebody who's kind of open minded and like hears out what I have to say. I like people who are honest. I don't like liars. I like people who are like I want somebody who's like caring, somebody who is like not just gonna like listen to what others have to say about me and like let them like control their life, right? And like what they think about me. And I want them to like understand like my ways of thinking and like my diet, my lifestyle. I want them to like maybe even like try it themselves and like somebody open minded enough to do it because if I want to be with this person, I think like I want if I'm gonna have kids with somebody, I want them to be doing the same diet as me. I don't want them to be doing some trash modern diet, and I don't want them like fighting over me with like with our kids and feeding them the modern diet. Like all my kids to be healthy. If I end up having kids, I want like my partner to be like open minded to like to what I'm doing and like who I am and like I want to organize my life in a way where like the partner I find, they actually they don't just they're not like ugly or they're not because being attractive, decently attractive matters, and they're not just like gonna like hate on what I'm doing.
Yeah, so you have been stressing a lot about the importance of being confident, but I guess you can still feel some worry sometimes, right? So let's say let's just talk about making content. When you feel worry about how people will judge you, how do you deal with that?
When I'm worried about how people judge me, well,
Yeah.
it doesn't really ever get to me. That's the problem. But like I know it matters because like sometimes people think about my content like they won't like it, so I have to change it to make sure they like it, right? I'm not really offended by it. I'm like I like take it as like, oh, if I have to change this, I'll change it and I'll prove it because that's what's right. That's what's gonna get me what I want. And that's gonna make people happy. So what's wrong with like I shouldn't take it as a bad thing. I shouldn't be like negative towards the fact that like somebody like won't like what I'm doing. I'm like, if somebody doesn't like what I'm doing, I'll just change and I'll like try to improve if I think I should.
Can you kind of talk about what are your goals when it comes to your YouTube channels? Because you have two, right?
Yes. So like with my the channel like you obviously know me from, my goal with it is that I want to help people. I really want to like just like grow my channel. I want like people to hear what I have to say. I want people to like feel like they have somebody to relate to, somebody who's like not just following mainstream and like listening to like what they're trying to push. I want like them to, like if like they're having the same problems I was having, I want them to like know how to fix their health issues and like know how to like clear the skin and like just like feel better and like actually like get the nutrients they like need. And I want like people to like just like enjoy my channel for what it is, like just improving your life and actually being happy and healthy. And then with my other channel, I really just want to grow. I want it to be like a source of income. I want it to like just create things that like I'm passionate about, even though like it's like my creations, like it's still like something like that's like much funner to do than some 9 to 5 job, right? So like I like creating those videos and I want people like who are interested in like what I'm making videos about to enjoy it. And I just hope I can make good income from it and just enjoy what I'm doing and build an audience that I'm happy with.
Sounds good. So I guess when it comes to the channel I knew you from, monetizing is not a very, very big goal with that.
Well, I do want to monetize the channel, definitely. I do want to make money from it. But I just also really want to help people with it. And I also want to like just it's something that like I'm really focusing on like spreading the truth. And I want people to like be able to find the truth and be able to like see somebody that like isn't just like just falling for the lies and that wants the truth as well.
Mm, okay. Can you talk about some challenges you have faced along your content creation journey?
Yeah. So pretty much I started being like a content creator like when I was 9 years old. I had like so many YouTube channels. I had like this one channel that I started and I posted so many different types of videos. Like I posted like plushy videos. Like I could go on about like all the different things I was into posting, like plushy videos, like Minecraft videos, like just so many different video games when I was younger, like Fortnite, and just whatever I was into, I tried. And then a lot of the time in the beginning, it wasn't that good quality. So obviously, I wasn't gonna get subscribers that many views because my content wasn't that good. But really enjoyed making content. Like I really loved it ever since I was young. I always wanted to do YouTube, even before I started doing YouTube. It was always like my dream. And like then, like I just kept making like new channels and like like I had like difficulties like with getting views and like making good content in the beginning. And then over time, like I just slowly grew my channel and then I stopped using that channel and then I just made new channels. And I'm just like, sometimes it can be hard because like sometimes the editing can like take a lot of time depending on which channel it is and the content I'm making. But I like at the end of the day, it's worth it. And even though it can like be hard sometimes and tiring, or like I feel like my videos don't get views, it's like I don't really like. It's not gonna stop me because I have to keep trying. And like if I want to like be able to do this, I can't just give up, even if it gets hard.
Do you use your computer to edit videos?
Yeah.
Hmm. Do you think you are good at editing?
Yes, I think I'm good at editing.
Hmm. What software do you use?
Filmora.
Okay. See. So, do you have any tips for people that want to get into creating content?
Yeah. I think if you want to get into it, you should start immediately. Don't even bother waiting if it's really what you want to do. And try to like spread out yourself on all like social media, post the highest quality content, like make sure everything's good, make sure everything's the best it can be, like thumbnails and like the quality of the videos, the editing, like the way you're talking, because and just really be open minded, like be okay if your content's not like the best and like realize you can always improve. Like and when you don't see the views going up, like you should just don't let it like stop you. Like you can't expect immediate results. You can't expect like, oh, I post one video on a new channel and then oh, I have like so many subscribers and so many views on this new video. No, it's not how it's gonna work. You show a lot of people are excited in the beginning, but then when they after a few videos they like get like no motivation and like they stop. But that's not how YouTube works. You can't do it that way. It's never gonna work like that. So just always like keep trying and like try to always be happy and believe in yourself and like realize what you have to do.
So, in terms of your channel, Elevate with Ben, what kind of content do you plan on posting? Moving on.
I plan on posting like about like raw meat, like the proper human diet, a lot about like just like different like the truth about like a lot of products, like products you shouldn't be using, like ways of living, like how you should live your life, like healthy lifestyle, and like just what's actually gonna improve your health in like so many different ways and is gonna optimize your health. It's gonna optimize the way you feel and just really like talk about the truth and like expose the lies. That's what I want to do.
Okay. Have you been taking pictures of yourself every day?
Have I been taking pictures of
The
myself
reason
every day?
I
What do you
say
mean?
this is because I guess you are in a very golden transformation phase. So I think it's very important that you document real progress. So I was wondering
Yeah, I
if
guess
you have been doing that.
I guess I do take pictures because like I feel like it's important because like obviously I like have like acne and like I want to see the difference and I want to see the change. And also I do a lot of like recording and I like always see my face, so like I feel like that I could get pictures and just videos proof from that. And I already have photos of how bad it was at the worst. And yeah, I have some pictures, yeah.
Nice. Good, good, good. When it comes to personality, what are some aspects you think you can improve?
Some aspects I can improve. An aspect I feel like I should somebody should always be looking to improve is being open minded. Like you can always be more open minded to more possibilities. And
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I'm asking about yourself, like your own personality.
yeah, I know I feel like I can be more open minded.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice. I'm sorry.
Like
So you can keep going.
mm, I feel like I can be more open minded. Like I feel like if I'm more open, I feel like every single time I become more open minded, I reach the truth. I find out new things. I feel like sometimes I'm like a little bit closed. I feel like I'm really open minded compared to like a lot of people. But like I feel like when I become more open minded, I just like become happier and I feel like I'm reaching the truth and like I'm escaping and I'm really just like actually gonna like optimize my life. Like I don't so I feel like being open minded is something I can just keep improving on. And I also feel like maybe other personality traits I can improve on is like maybe like paying more attention to others because I'm like usually a very independent person. Like on camera, like I'm somebody who can be like, nice. Like I like to be nice to people, but I'm somebody who like can be kind of like independent and like not really like interact with people that much because like I'm kind of like happy being alone. Like you know what I mean? Like so I could definitely be like more like engaging with people. Some people might argue, and I can definitely understand that. That might be something I should improve on. I do feel like it's important to be independent, but I feel like I'm somebody who's like I feel like if I find the right people, I'll like be able to like be interested. But what I just feel like I don't know, I feel satisfied. And like I feel like a lot of people just don't interest me because they always like they're not focused on improving. I feel like most people aren't focused on improving. So like it kind of like prevents me from doing that. But I feel like being like, more engaging with people and like trying to like obviously like go to people and like try to start like conversations with them and like actually like care like more about like actually like starting something with them like instead of like just like ignoring them because I think like I don't really care.
Mm,
Like maybe I should like try to be like more like that.
I see. I see. Okay. I like your. I like when you said you want to be even more open minded. I feel like some people that are in the meat based diet space or like they are eating raw meat, they are still not entirely open minded. You can still
Yeah.
notice that they are close minded here and there.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a nice trait. You can find out more truth. So I think maybe you can find out some very interesting thing in the future and you can share it to the world. Do you have any people that you look up to?
New people I look up to.
Yeah, it
Well,
doesn't need to
I'll
be
say that.
limited. It doesn't need to be limited to the meat-based style space.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just start saying like I kind of look up to Gotis, like just like he's a part of the community. Like I look up to him because like I feel like he like said a lot of stuff that like really helped me, and like I also look up a lot to like I mean I kind of looked up to the like just like fictional characters like things like Batman. I looked up to like Batman because I was always into like Batman. He was always my favorite superhero when I was younger. I don't know. I feel like he's like just a good individual, but like he's like an interesting character. So definitely him. And yeah, I would say like that. That's like I don't really like idolize people too much, but I definitely like am inspired by people.
Can you talk about some traits that Batman has that inspires you? Because I don't know a lot about that guy.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely like trying to like do what's right, improve. Like he's trying to improve. He's trying to like he's trying to like help people and improve his life. He's like works hard and like he feels like what he's doing is right. Like he wants the truth and he wants to do what's right. And even when like things get hard, he always like makes sure like he's doing things that are actually gonna like help others and that's gonna help himself. And I feel like it's like really like it's like shows like that he's like somebody who actually like has like good intentions deep down. So yeah,
Can you talk about what are your goals?
my goals. Okay. So some of my goals is like to clear my skin. I want to like just completely clear my skin. Um, I want to grow my YouTube channels like, even more. I want to be like getting a lot of like money from my YouTube and be able to like just like really live off of that. I want to like move. I want to go to another country and like just like really like just enjoy my life in another country. Like with the rules and the laws and like go somewhere like I'm gonna really like night like the environment, like the weather, and yeah, those are like my main goals.
Nice. Okay. So because you have only been eating this diet for like 2 months now, so I actually one of my questions was, do you have any questions about this kind of diet now? Although it seems like you are pretty knowledgeable already, but I still want to ask you this. Maybe I can help you because I'm eating for like 3 plus years.
Okay, yes, yes. I have a question for you. So, with the organs, are the organs like, for example, lamb heart? Is it supposed to smell? Like, is it when it's raw? Is it supposed to smell kind of bad?
To be honest, I have only tried like chicken hearts, but I don't think it smells bad. To be honest, yeah, I feel like
Okay.
it's kind of weird if it smells bad.
Oh,
Mm,
so the organs aren't. Okay, what about this? Do the organs when they're raw smell stronger than the muscle meat?
let's see. I have tried pretty tasty livers before. I feel like it's not really supposed to happen. Usually, when it's raw, it doesn't have a strong scent. It's only when you cook it, it starts to like have some smells, right?
I know, but when it's raw compared to like raw muscle meat
Yeah,
versus
yeah, yeah,
raw
yeah, yeah. You're
organs,
right.
do the organs have a stronger smell or no? Not when they're raw.
Yeah, I'll probably say so, but it's not very drastic.
Okay.
Yeah, it shouldn't be very drastic. If like, I guess obviously it also depends on how they process the animal because like in
Yeah.
the process maybe they can make things very nasty and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but if it's just the organ itself and it comes from a healthy animal, I think it shouldn't have any like very off-putting sense.
Oh,
But to be honest, I haven't really messed with a lot of raw organs. I have tried some chicken organs, and I definitely feel like raw chicken testicles, they kind of smell bad. Yeah, but it can be because of my source. I'm a little like neutral about this. I can't just say that every raw chicken testicle is smelly,
mm,
if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah. Which organ are you referring to? Like you
Lamb
have
heart.
oh, so you have passed on raw lamb heart and smell very off-putting.
Yeah, first when I smelled it, I noticed it smelled like a lot stronger than muscle meat. Like the smell was like way stronger, way more noticeable.
Oh, interesting. Was it like off-putting?
Um, it was kind of off putting because like I was kind of confused. Like I was like, why does it smell so strong? It was kind of like weird,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I'm kind of still open minded about it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Like if you want me to just tell a conclusion, I'm going to say organ meats are probably going to smell stronger than muscle meat. Where do you see yourself in 1 year?
In 1 year, I feel like I'm gonna have cleared my skin. I'm gonna have made progress with my YouTube channel. I'm gonna have maybe like I'm gonna be in like a place where like I'm gonna be able to like move and at least get my own place or like move to another country. And I feel like I'm just gonna really like have worked like hard and like done what's right. Obviously, like not worked myself to death, like negatively impacted my health, like stressed myself. But I'm gonna like have like done what I should have, and I feel like I'm gonna see like progression. And I'm just gonna be happy. I feel like I'm gonna do what I believe in, and I'm gonna be like stay open minded. I'm gonna like just keep going, and I'm gonna like keep being patient. I feel like the progress is gonna come and the change is gonna come.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hardworking do you think you are?
I'm somebody. I mean, the thing is, I could be egotistical, but there's been times in my life where I was like, I literally did not even care about the way I felt. I literally did not. All I wanted was my goal. So I was literally working like a maniac. Like all I would do was work and I would work incredibly hard. So I feel like I'm somebody who's like willing to work 10 out of 10. I'm if it's for like being happy, if it's like to make me be happy to reach my goal, like I don't care how hard I have to work. To be like healthy and happy, I'm gonna do.
Nice. W. Are there some people that you think I should interview? Or you suggest me,
Yes,
recommend me to interview?
yeah. Um you should interview people like Solar Youth, Goddess, Face IQ, and yeah, I think you should interview them because they are some like they're pretty intelligent. They they are like in this space and you haven't interviewed them, so like you should definitely go ahead and like try to interview them and like see what they have to say. I feel like they'll like just be interesting interviews to have, and like I feel like they're people that can bring like some interesting topics and like say some like of their own experiences and like just really help others. And yeah,
Nice. So I feel like I'm not very familiar with Solar Youth. I know about this guy, but that's pretty much it. So can you kind of talk about what do you think about this channel or him?
yeah, he's like very similar to Goddess, and he's like I feel like he's like a very positive person. He's somebody who like loves nature. He's somebody who like is like completely against like people like doing harm to themselves and like just like he wants like he believes like in being truly happy and like being free. And like I believe like what he says like is really positive, and I feel like he's really spreading a good message and it's helping people be happy. It's helping people like feel like they can like actually like be free. So like when I watch his videos, like I check out what he's doing. Like he's somebody like that like really like catches my attention because like I don't know, I just feel like I can relate to him. And I feel like I like that his way of thinking. I like that he's open minded. I like that he like really is actually trying to like be happy and positive and like he doesn't like focus on negativity, and I think that's a great thing. It's a great way to be.
Nice, nice. So we are coming to an end, Ben. Can you tell people where they can find you?
All right, so you can find me at Elevate with Ben on YouTube, and you can also find me on Instagram and TikTok. I post on there a lot, and yeah, that's where you can find me. I'm gonna keep posting, and I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. And I hope if you check me out, you enjoy the content I post.
Nice. Do you have any final words for people that are listening?
Well, if you're thinking about doing like the diet that I'm on now, and like before I was like gonna switch to like raw meat, it kind of felt scary. And if you're somebody who's like really scared, if you're somebody who's like really skeptical, just try it. Like look further into it. Don't believe the mainstream media, and just look further into it. Like obviously, like know what you're getting yourself into and do some research, but just at least you have to try. Like you have to realize like if you eat a little bit of raw meat, you can't. It's not necessarily gonna kill you. Like right. So just like and if you're scared, try to get like high quality raw meat and like eat a little bit of it and see how you feel. Right. If you keep holding yourself back, you're never gonna know the truth. You have to progress. You have to try. And yeah, I would just say like the people who are like because most people don't eat raw meat. Most people are like completely terrified of it. So I think like if they're new to it, if they want to try it, they should just they should just learn about it and go at it.
Nice. Yeah, I look forward to seeing your progress. I think you are bound to get better skin. Like, there's no way don't get better skin. Right. All right, guys, this has been your guest band. I'm your host, Eggman. Go check out the playlist on my channel so you can find all the interviews I have done. So let's say goodbye to the listeners. Bye bye. Peace out,
Bye.
guys.